Welcome back to my channel, man. Welcome back to another video. So if you clicked on this video, man, shout out to y'all, salute to y'all for clicking on this video. And I'm assuming you clicked on this video for this particular reason in terms of the title. So I've been going through some things, man, in life, you know what I mean? And we all are, you know what I mean? Like it's a saying that you can use, and that's called life is gonna life. You know what I mean? Life is gonna happen. So when life happens, that's the things that you probably didn't have an idea of what was coming, but it came. And we have to be able to make adjustments on the fly. So that's kind of really what life is. So, I'm going to use my situation for an example. And, like I say with my videos, I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking with y'all. And I'm giving you things that I use and try to help me out. And I'm talking from a perspective of someone who's probably feeling the same way that I feel at times, in terms of feeling like life is just targeting me specifically, and I got it the worst. Nobody's going through what I'm going through, and we all have those thoughts. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm gonna use that as an example. So with my sports channel, so I have a sports channel as well as this channel right here. So things are starting to actually look up right for me with my sports channel. I've been making connections with some pretty powerful people, and we got some things in talk. So as soon as I started making leeway with that, bullcrap started to happen. So when I met the guy who one of a trainer, he's a professional strength and conditioning coach. So I met him through a mutual friend. This is his brand right here, The Zone. That's a facility located down here where I stay in Ruston, Louisiana. So if you're into it and you're trying to get in shape, man, go. Or if you're an athlete and you're trying to, maintain peak performance or take your game to the next level, go holler at Coach Butler. Tell him Rob sent you. But when I was connecting with him through a mutual friend, the mutual friend we had together was saying, man, this kid right here, he does this, he does that, he does this. And he was saying, okay, I'm not saying that he can't do it. I'm just saying, can he stay committed? I'm just saying, can he continue to do what he's doing when life starts to happen? And at the time, I didn't really process what he was saying. I was just like, oh man, what are you talking about, man? But then I had time to think about it. So what he's saying is, okay, whatever it is that you're doing in life, for me, the sports, podcast channel, whatever the case may be, it's easy to do things when things are going the way that you want them to go. Now, it's hard to do things and continue to do things when you're not seeing any progression from it, but now life is bearing down on you. That makes it very, very difficult. So that was something that he said, and that's something that kind of resonated with me. So as soon as things started to take off from me, it's like problems started coming. I started having problems in my relationship. I started having problems with my car. Like right now, my car is down. I'm having to go back to, I'm a 28-year-old man. 28-year-old man. And it's safe to say I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not living no lavish lifestyle. I'm not, living all the way comfortable. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. My bills are getting paid, but it's times, man, where I'm barely keeping my head above water. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. That's just the reality of it now. So my car went down. So now I didn't spend, I want to say, man, probably $500 into trying to get my car fixed, and I'm still dealing with problems. So I'm saying, okay, why is this happening now? So everything that happens, it happens for a reason. So I think that a part of what I'm going through now, it's a journey that I have to go through, regardless of how terrifying it is. And it's scary. It's scary to not know if, you're going to have the money to fix your car. It's scary to think that, man, I might have to go get a whole new car. It's scary to think that me and my girlfriend might have to break up because of long distance. So it's a lot of those things that's terrifying for me. You know what I mean? So the thing is, I have to go through it because it's some lesson within that. And the lesson could be just something so simple as saying, man, no matter when life happens, no matter what's going on, you have to keep working, because giving up isn't an option. Because at the end of the day, what's going to happen for you giving up? You know what's going to happen from that. Now, we don't know what can happen as we go, if we continue to go through whatever we're going through, but still pursue everything wholeheartedly. So it's like right now, I just went out there to go check on my car, see if it would crank up. It's cranking up, but it won't turn fully over. So now guess what? I could either say, you know what, Rob, it's going to be all right. We're going to have to just figure this out. We're going to take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Or I could say, man, the world is against me. The world hates me. I'll never be able to. But the thing that helps me, and it's a battle every day, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. This is not nothing I'm saying that when I tell you guys these things, it's not me saying that, oh, I don't have no problems no more. It's not me saying, oh, I don't doubt no more. It's not me saying I don't almost lose faith no more. When I tell you these things, these are things that I try to use to keep me in line. And sometimes Some days are going to be better than others. I'm going to be honest with you. Some days are going to be rough. Some days are going to be high. And some days are going to be good, but you got to keep this frame of mind. So I'm going to use my grandmother as an example. So my grandmother is a preacher. I always tell people, if you know, you know, I always tell people that my grandmother is the closest thing to an angel in human form, right? She would give you the clothes off her back. She would give you her last, if she loved you, if she, that's just the type of person she is. So I look at my grandmother, who's 60, I think maybe 62, 63. And about a year ago, she had a stroke, a pretty bad stroke. We didn't know if she was going to make it through, honestly. And I look at this woman. She went from being this strong, tough, hard woman because she had to be, because she had to raise a lot of boys. And she went from that to being in the condition that she is now. So for her mentally, how do I deal with going from this to this? How do I deal with being independent for so long? Now I'm back to being dependent. You know what I mean? So that's a mental battle that some of us could never fathom how to get through it. And when I'm saying that situation, half of her body was paralyzed. So she couldn't walk, half of her face, she couldn't really talk clearly. You couldn't hear what she was saying because half of her body was paralyzed. So she's still, and that's been, man, that had to have been maybe a year ago, maybe going on a year and a half now. And she's still in recovery from that, bro. She's still in recovery from that. And the thing is, we have a group chat and they're always sending pictures of her going to physical therapy and her progressions. And I'm looking at this woman slowly but surely build herself back up. Slowly but surely. I'm looking at this woman have to go from being independent, from being able to walk on your own, from being able to go use the bathroom on your own, from being able to put your clothes on your own, to have to be reliant on someone for all of that to get done to you. Do you know what type of battle that can take on a person that's independent, that wants to just be, that's used to doing things themselves, that's not used to handouts, that don't want nothing from nobody, that don't want no pity from nobody? Do you know the mental battle that can take on a person? But I look at this woman get up every single day. And I mean, she's cried in front of us. And I'm pretty sure she cried several times behind closed doors when nobody's around. But at the end of the day, she keeps fighting. And this woman has lost a lot. She's lost mom, dad, siblings. She only has one of her siblings left. One of her siblings left. She's raised her kids. She's raised her kids' grandkids. Like, she's been there for everybody. And it's a lot of loss that this woman has took through our life. But she still keeps fighting. She still keeps fighting. She don't give up. She don't cry. She don't whine. She don't make up excuses and say, God this, God that. She don't say the white man ain't allowing me this, the white man ain't allowing me that. She accepts what has happened and she moves forward the best way she knows how. And that's all any of us can do. So it's like, I look at my situation and I can feel however I feel about it at the end of the day. But it's based off your actions and what you do. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, like to pinpoint on that situation right there, that's why I always say it's somebody who's going through something way worse than you. You got to think about a kid that's born into a drug addict family where they're probably leaving the kid with anybody and he or she is being molested constantly or being physically abused constantly. You know what I mean? That's a kid who couldn't control their situations of being brought into this world. So your problems isn't as major as that problem there. You see what I'm saying? So it should be enough for you to say, okay, you know what? I'm hurting. I feel however I feel about this. But at the end of the day, I'm not the unluckiest person in this planet. I'm not going through the worst situation in this planet. So guess what? I can keep pushing. If this person is pushing, when you look at the kids who have these terminal illnesses, like, cancer that's going to die in the next year, 2 years possibly, you look at their spirits, it's always up because they're thankful for every moment because soon it's going to be over. Us, when we don't see the time frame of which we leave this earth, we complain about everything that we go through. So now we're going to use my situation as an example. A lot of us, we always want to go to God whenever we're in problems, whenever things are not going the way that they're supposed to be going. That's when we want to go to God. None of us actually consistently take the time, as much as we was praying and begging God to bring us through whatever we was going through. None of us, for the most part, are going back and praising him twice as hard as we was begging because he brought it to us. You know what I mean? So sometimes life is about, okay, and this is God's way or life way, however you want to view it, of putting you in position. So he says, whatever you ask for. So you say you want to be this. Okay, cool. I know the responsibility that comes with this. So I'm going to put this here and I'm going to see if you can overcome this. And if you can overcome this, you're going to be where you need to be. Because guess what? Once you overcome this, if something ever happened here and you lose it all, you know how to get it again. But if you get something and you don't have to go through the stuff here and you get straight to that, once you lose it, now you're like a deer caught in headlights because it came so easy. So you have to go through those bumps, those bruises, those struggles to obtain the skin necessary to withstand all of the bull crap that's going to come through life. You know what I mean? Because the bull crap is going to happen. I don't care how nice you are. I don't care how respectable you are. I don't even care how evil you are, if that's the case. I don't care if you're not cheating on your wife. I don't care if you are cheating on your wife. I don't care if you're in your kid's life. I don't care if you ain't in your kid's life. Life will happen regardless of what any of us can do. There's nothing we can do to prevent it. You know what I mean? It's nothing at the end of the day. So it's going to happen. So how do you maintain while going through? How do you do it? Because somebody's doing it way worse than what you have. So you have to try to use those situations and those scenarios as ways to keep pushing regardless of how dark things get. And I promise you, man, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, nothing, no cakewalk. It's rough. It's hard. It's difficult. It tests you physically, spiritually, mentally. Every aspect of life you're going to get tested in when you're pursuing whatever it is you're pursuing, or if you're just trying to stay cope steady in this thing called life, because it's a forever winning. It's a forever battle up until our last day. I don't care how much money you get. I don't care how much love you got. I don't care how much fame you get. I don't care about any of that. Life is going to be a continuous fight up until we leave here. Because whatever you obtain, you got to maintain. So the fight don't stop once you get there. If anything, the fight increases because I got to work that much harder to get to the next level or to maintain what I got. You know what I mean? So I just want to kind of come on here and briefly touch on that because I know that, it can help somebody going through whatever they're possibly going through. You know what I mean? So, and that's what this channel is all about. Like I always tell you guys, my biggest thing with this, I'm not talking to you guys, I'm talking with you guys. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you guys the things that I do, but I'm not going to say that works for me every day. There's times where I get frustrated. There's times right now I want to go punch a hole in the wall. It's times right now I want to just say, you know what? I'm tired of life. I'm tired and I just want to, just be a bum. Those thoughts process, they come through my head. But guess what? It's not about what you think a lot of times. It's about what you do. It's about your actions. And that's what's most important. You know what I mean? So I just want to kind of get on here and briefly talk with you guys about that. Like I always say, man, I want to touch people that's like-minded, whether it's in, I'm in Louisiana, whether that's in Texas, whether that's in Maryland, whether that's in Baltimore, whether that's in Cuba, because it is like-minded people out here. And it's hard to run across people with similar mindsets in terms of that. So that's what this channel is for. We all come here and we all congregate and we all kind of just brainstorm and we all just try to keep each other on point, man. So, I hope that this message does help somebody, you know what I mean? And we can just do the best that we can moving forward. But that is it for this video, man. If you did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload, man. Because like I told you guys, I got to get more consistent. I'm trying to get more consistent. And it should be day 2. So we're just going to keep these videos coming, man. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out this thing. Peace.